Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, friends. I thought I'd do a bit of a secret series for the end of the year, and I've decided to do Secret Level, the new series over on Amazon Prime that is exploring several popular video games, and really my knowledge of what they do with those video games and properties ends there. I'm not sure if they're retelling the lore of the video game or a brand new story set within the world of the video game. Needless to say, friends, I was intrigued when I found out that the very first episode, and the episode that we'll be watching today, is Dungeons and Dragons: The Queen's Cradle. Oh, friends, I'm a huge TTRPG fan. I love Dungeons and Dragons. My favorite video game is Mass Effect 2. So I thought, you know what? Let's watch this. Watch this with my friends over on Patreon and YouTube and see if we can end the year on a high note by watching a Secret Level. Friends, before we get started, if you could do me a huge favor and hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. It greatly helps out a small channel and it allows me to alert you next time we go live. And of course, if there's anything that we do that you would like early or in its full-length format, the link to our Patreon is in the description. And of course, if you don't like Patreon, stick with us here on YouTube memberships. You get everything about a day early, plus any bonus episodes we come up with. But my dear friends, all that's then and this is now. And now it's time to watch some animated D&D as we watch Secret Level, Episode 1 from Season 1. Presumably more seasons to come. Dungeons and Dragons: The Queen's Cradle. Prepare to engage maximum warp reaction. And away we go! I have heard great things about this, not to oversell it. And this is from the makers of Love, Death, Robots, which is a fantastic series that I've unfortunately already seen and can't react to because I've watched it all. But this looks to be in the same vein. I think a different animation for each episode type of stuff. Let's go. Uh-oh, who's got watch?
Quiet. Please.
Is he in a cage? Yeah. Look at that animation, dear God.
It's a human boy.
Kid, what's he doing here?
Well, he's in a cage. Is he that in trouble? He is trouble.
These are hallowed lands of loyal fury, protected by the great Oriel. We offer you one chance.
Whoa. Ooh.
It matters not.
He's just gonna wake up and everybody's gonna be dead. Yep. I didn't even see who they were fighting. Like couldn't see like a race or a faction.
Right, we're safe. My name is Mora. You're a prisoner of the Cult of the Dragon.
Really?
Leave it.
You're in terrible danger.
Are you a cultist, kid?
Ali, the tattoos mark him for sacrifice. Adventure, they were taking him to the Well of Dragons.
He just succeeded in his history check or religion.
Mora!
How did he move so fast?
I'm sorry, I didn't.
I knew it. You're gonna burn, kid. Stop.
Wow.
I've had worse.
Paladin?
What we need is a cleric.
What does that feel? Oh, it's depends if it's a Lehman's Tiny Hut, probably, right? Who's that up on the rock?
What is your name?
Is that their druid or ranger?
But I can see you are strong too.
Is he possessed? Is this like a warlock thing, I wonder?
I wasn't always a paladin of Torn.
Paladin, there we go, yep.
I very nearly killed innocents before I decided to change. Before I took my oath.
Awesome.
Now that's who I fight. Every hour, every day.
Cool character concept.
It reminds me I'm not alone. Maybe it will help you.
Hold on to it until you reach Oriel.
Is that our holy symbol? I know it's not the same for paladins as it is for clerics, but that's a pretty big offering. I'm loving the wizard stuff.
Hurry! Quiet! I need to focus.
Wall of wind. Ice storm. Saved your life.
Mara! Get him inside! We'll hold him off!
No. Was the dwarf a monk? Didn't have any weapons.
It's going to be okay.
Oh, wow. Is she a gold?
Calm yourself, child. You're safe here.
Wow.
Thing inside me doesn't like you at all.
The wicked do tend to fear me.
Ah. Oh, they're coming through.
They're coming through!
Yeah. He's a monk. He's a monk.
We need fire!
This is a lich.
There are too many! Tully! No!
Fireball. Oh no. What did they put in him? What curse, I wonder? This could be a really bad thing. If that gold can't handle this. Go get him, guy. Look at this. Oh my god, counterspell. This is exceptionally well done. Nice. Holy smokes, is that guy powerful. Polymorph, baby, polymorph. Fireball, if you've got it.
Finally.
That looked like burning hands, actually. I'm not sure what it was.
So don't say something.
Oh, the tattoos are coming off. I can't believe they didn't lose anybody. This dragon's gonna turn. Yep. Whatever the hell this was. Oh, God. Well, so much for running. What is this, man? Holy smoke. Oh my god, it's coming out. Holy shit. Tiamat.
A whole lot of dragon.
Tiamat.
Oh my god, run, run, run.
Guess we found our cleric.
Go! I've been fighting her my whole life. I can hold her back on my own.
I believe you could,
But you don't have to.
but you're not on your own.
This is Tiamat. Oh my god, you brave, stupid sons of bitches. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? Holy shit, do we need a series of that? Holy shit. All right, friends, we just got done watching Secret Level Season 1, Episode 1, Dungeons and Dragons, The Queen's Cradle. And the only thing left to do is talk about it. All right, everybody, we just got done watching Secret Levels, Season 1, Episode 1, Dungeons and Dragons, The Queen's Cradle. Wow, was this exceptionally well done. You know, As a player, as both a TTRPG D&D player and dungeon master, you can almost see where they put in, like I said, whenever the dwarf goes, now those tattoos are for a sacrifice. It's like he made his history or religion check, you know what I mean? And he was able to glean that knowledge where everybody else kind of failed or didn't get the DC, you know? Really cool stuff. A really awesome way to showcase just how powerful these characters were that found the boy. Because one, if that was a lich, they dispatched it pretty well. You know what I mean? It was done so exceptionally well, where you could see, you know, when the monk just absolutely tore through all those figures along the bridge. It was like it was taking time, but it wasn't taking problems. I didn't see anybody get hit, basically. The mage would have, the wizard would have, if you know, the boy hadn't been able to, was his name So Long? If he hadn't been able to you know, cover her up, and her name was Tally, and the paladin's was Mora, but I don't think that we got anybody else's name, and if we did, I completely missed it. And you know what? This is something that needs to be done, and a series needs to be made like this, because this is a great way to sell the idea of playing D&D. You know, this really captured a lot of that magic, no pun intended. A lot of that, like, you know, this is the type of adventure that you could be on. These are the type of the evils and you know, tasks and, you know, incredible labors that you will face, you know, and have to overcome, you and your friends. And that's the greatest thing about D&D. My favorite thing about playing in a tabletop role-playing game, you know, whether it's a campaign or even a one-shot, is the interaction with all the other players, and then the NPCs via the dungeon master. And if I'm the DM, I love the interaction between the NPCs that I run and all of the PCs. But my favorite thing is watching other characters interact. Like if I'm the DM, watching the players interact with one another. If I'm a player, watching two other players interact or initiate that type of stuff. I think it's so well done. And again, it speaks of a storytelling method that's almost lost the time. And really, there's tabletop role-playing games. I've had this discussion numerous times with a lot of my friends, that it is a different type of storytelling, and because it's very cooperative. You know, and again, it has an element of chaos to it too, because, you know, the story is dictated by the dice sometimes. You know, it doesn't have to be a failure isn't a failure. It's just a new way to write the paragraph you were thinking about writing anyway. And I just think that this type of medium, you know, this very short form, you know, 18, 19-minute episode that we saw, did such a great job of being a commercial for D&D in the best possible way. You know, not commercializing D&D, but advertising, supporting it, singing it from the rooftops, you know, the fanfare of D&D. And I think that it really did capture that magic, that cooperation, that collaborative storytelling, where, you know, the cleric So Long says, you know, I've held this thing my whole life. I can hold it, you know, a little bit more. And the paladin, but you don't have to, because you're not alone. And they stood shoulder to shoulder with Tiamat, who is the queen of darkness and dragons, like all the chromatic dragons. Tiamat's the god of the evil dragons. I mean, just to boil it down in a nutshell, there's way more to her than that. But, like, you know, boiling it down, you know, the chromatic dragons, which are pretty much over in Critical Role with the Chroma Conclave that Matt Mercer came up with, is a great representation of all of the, like, the single color dragons, where you've got black and green and white and red and blue, and each of them shoot, you know, have their breath weapon is something different. You know, you got lightning for the blues and regular traditional fire for the reds, you know, poison and acid and ice, you know, all those different things. But Tiamat all of her heads she's got 5, and they're all the you know, chromatic dragons. So, you know, she's very bad. And these people are either very brave or very stupid, because she is they're very powerful. Like, you can tell that these characters are supposed to be powerful because they showed us, you know, them flexing a little bit out there on that bridge. But what a great way to show everybody that this is D&D. You should play. You should grab some dice, you know, grab a bunch of your friends and just play. And if I could offer any suggestions to anybody that might watch this and has not played a role-playing game but has always thought about it, the number one thing to do, in my opinion, is it's a comfort level. You know, sitting down and being thrust into what you think should be going on at a D&D table, like, oh, I guess I gotta, like, act like my character, or we're gonna do a voice, or none of that. None of that. The number one thing that you need to do when you sit down at a table is look around at everybody that's sitting there with you and know that you're going to have fun. That this is just going to be a fun time. It's going to be, you have to enter it. Not all of it, best intentions don't always go right, but I have found that the more often than not, when you sit down with a positive nature, like I'm going to give what I can give and listen and interact and do those things. But if you're not comfortable doing that, enjoy the story. If you support in your own way, there's no expectations when you sit down to play Dungeons and Dragons or any tabletop role-playing game. The one personal expectation I have is I hope everybody has fun. That's the number one reason to do it. Tell a shared story comes second to having fun. And if you have fun, you're going to tell a shared story. And I think this is such a great, this Dungeons and Dragons, the Queen's Cradle. They need a whole series for this, friends. And they need to just basically say, want to play D&D? Not sure? Check out the Queen's Cradle. It seems to be a great drug to get yourself, the gateway drug to get yourself some dice, and on the next thing you know, you'll be chanting out spells and throwing fire and all that great stuff. Friends, if you could do me a favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications, and you'll be alerted next time we go live with Secret Level or any of our sci-fi fare. And of course, if there's anything that we do that you would like earlier in its full-length format, the link to our Patreon is in the description. All right, my dear friends, but all that is then and this is now, and now it's time to say goodbye from this Secret Level Season 1, Episode 1, Dungeons and Dragons, the Queen's Cradle. So what we do here at the channel is the episode that we just watched is the story we just shared, and we are active participants in that story as audience members by the very Greek definition. So what we like to do is say a goodbye from a moment inside this episode. And I think that the perfect moment for us, my friends, is, we didn't get a lot of camera time, but our characters are there. They're part of this party. And we are also the ones that hold the bridge while the paladin and our soon-to-be cleric go in to face a gold dragon that becomes a gateway for the mother of all dragons. But friends, the one thing that we can always do is turn to each other's side, check each other's backs, and know that we are among friends in a party built for adventure. Until such time as we get a chance to travel this or any universe again, my friends, Vulcan roll. And I'll see you.